Hi there. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I hope that you had a great day today. It was absolutely beautiful today. It was a brisk autumn day because it is still autumn and I enjoyed today's weather. I hope that you got a chance to get out and enjoy the Saturday. So, welcome to another episode of Spiritual Commentary with me. I'm officially Abike. And of course, you, my friends, know me as Lady Farley. But today, as we do spiritual commentary, we're just going to talk from a spiritual perspective about some of the things that are happening. As my t shirt says, a breakdown of the truth right before your eyes. So today, my girlfriend calls me and she says, Lady Abike, I'm going to take my daughter to see the movie Wicked. What do you think? And I said to her, what do you think? I remember my prelate bishop, who's gone on to be with the Lord for many years now. He used to say that the question is the answer. He used to say, if you ask the question, that means you know the answer. So I said to her, well, what do you think? That's most important about what you think. Like my daughter's grown and I can't control her. I don't control her or I don't manage what she does anymore. But what are your thoughts about it? And she says, I don't think it's bad. I really wanted to. I wish somebody had told this story when we were kids. Like we always thought that the Wicked Witch of the West was bad. And I appreciate that. But I asked her, so I'll present to you. Was the Wicked Witch of the West bad because we said she was bad, or was she bad because of what she was known to do? Now, I know that they're rewriting all of the movies and they're giving you the other perspective. The real truth of the matter is that these satanic apologists are trying to open your eyes. Right. So, anyway, so she's saying, I don't think that, there's anything wrong with having another perspective. I don't either. And I'm like, sis, so you don't really want my advice, right? You call me to tell me that you're taking her 7-year-old daughter to the movies to see Wicked, which I love I love the movie. My husband and I went to see Wicked when it was on Broadway. We went to see it for our anniversary. I'll never forget. I was a little bundled up. I don't know if it was our birthday or if it was our anniversary, but we had a good time and I enjoyed the movie. I myself, for one, I do believe that some of the greatest villains of our lifetimes are created by hurt of the heart. Sidebar. You ever seen somebody that experienced church hurt? They never go back to church and they almost become wicked. They almost become, not wicked, sorry, not wicked. That's not what I meant. I just saw a comment, but they almost become villains in their own lives. Like they begin to then become very, they're like Scrooged, right? They're angry. But that's the thing that church hurt can do, that I think that that's the thing, that something happens like that in your family and personal relationships. I believe some of the greatest monsters of our times were created by heartache. So I do believe in seeing the other side of the story. You'll never get an argument about that from me. But I said to her, these apologists who are trying to present what we have known or grown up to know the villain as being actually the victim. So they're no longer villains, but they're victims. I think that how we present that to our children is we have to be careful about that part. That's the tricky part, because the enemy of our soul, who goes about like a roaring lion, is seeking to devour our children through these seemingly harmless stories. Even some adults, like after she said she didn't see anything wrong with it, I told her, I don't see anything wrong with seeing the other side either. But I do see something wrong with when we're using our feelings to justify the end, the evil. That part is wrong. We still have to let our children know that there are such thing as villains. Like there are people who do wrong things. There are people who are doing bad things. If we don't keep the villains, then our children become the victimized one, because the people who are doing the evil are now subject to having their sad story told, and they're justifying and vindicating them of their evil. That was a lot. But what I'm saying to you is that for everyone who is a satanic apologist, these people who are believing like Satan never would have done what he done if God had given him a throne equal to his. That is the definition of evil. Like nothing and no one is equal to God. But we create this apologetic story, and you have Satanists who do believe this story. They're saying that he never should have been kicked out, of heaven, and he took a third because they were kicked out. That was discrimination. Like you have people justifying evil. And some movies, some of the shows that we are feeding our children are absolutely doing that very thing. And I told her if this had been presented another way, I probably would say, let's hear the other side. There's nothing wrong with it. But the fact that we're trying to clear the name of this witch, it seems very harmless, but think about it. Let's pose it to you as an adult in your natural life. Now you have someone who's working witchcraft or sorcery against your family. Why don't we just clean it up and say, but your father did this to their mother, whatever. Why don't we clean it up like that? The Bible says that we ought not to suffer a witch to live. But yet we have all these TV shows and all these games that are teaching our children, encouraging our children to be witches. I believe even that Ariana Grande is, she calls herself a good witch, right? Like Galinda is a good witch. The Green Witch is a bad witch. Maybe she's bad because she has colored skin. That's a whole other step, another level. But if you want to be woke, anyway. So we, since the beginning of evil, like in children's shows, because evil is always there to influence our children with their programming and subliminal messages. But there's always been a witch in children's stories, right? From my time, we had Hocus Pocus, and we had I can't remember the one with the Witches of Eastwick. There's The Witches, which I love that movie. It's a children's movie, but we have, let's see, some of the other. We have The Little Mermaid. Did you know that in The Little Mermaid, the Ariel or Ariella, whatever her name is, she makes an agreement with this witch. She would give her soul for the ability to walk on land. And watch it again, very deep. We have what's some other ones? We have The Addams Family, Halloween Town. We have let's see, that's about it that I can think of. But I remember the twins, Tia and Tamara. They played in Twitches, right? A movie about teenage witches. And it's I know it's make believe. I'm not saying it's not make believe. I know it's make believe, but what are the messages that we are feeding to our children? As a matter of fact, I was watching television, watching the commentary of one of my favorite YouTubers, and there was an advertisement came on, right? You know how YouTube is broken up by advertisements, right? And well, there was this advertisement that was talking, it was a child's game, and it was talking about how does Susie do whatever Susie was going to do. So in order for Susie to do this, she had to get the cauldron and then open the cupboard, and there were all these little vials, and it said Susie wants to get to the next level. She wants to find the kitchen. Can you help her create a potion that will help her find the kitchen? Let's say it's find the kitchen. But anyway, she gets all these little vials of potions and dump them in this cauldron. And she's making a potion that's going to help her get to the next level. Be careful as parents, all of these games that are raising your children to love the idea of witchcraft and sorcery and idolatry, all of these things, these messages are hidden right in front of your eyes. And I know I'm not a parent. of any children, because my daughter, she's an old lady. Yeah, she's old. We were somewhere and someone told her, oh, one of the students told her, "You're an old lady." And I laughed because I'm like, she's old, but I'm so young. But nevertheless, my point to you is, as parents, we can't allow, just because movies come out, right? We can't run take our children to these movies, especially you are a conscious parent, you are an intentional parent. You can't take your children to see everything that is out, because then you end up having to do more deprogram and reconstruction and redevelopment and praying and laying hands and anointing and all these things, because you wanted to go take your child just to do something as harmless as go to a movie theater. It's true. It's true. I think that Kanye West has a line in a lyric in one of his songs, and it says, "I may have sold my soul for a happy meal, but at least it came with a toy." Read between the lines. I don't know. Uh, I don't know what tomorrow holds. I don't believe that this world will be here for another 200-300 years. I believe that we will be raptured, and I'm living to be caught up direction that this world is supposed to take, when we're letting social media, we're letting the entertainment industry, we're letting um, any and everything raise our children. All I'm saying, as a parent, if you're going to take your children to see, um, what's the movie called? Wicked. First of all, shall I pull up for you the definition of wicked? Let me pull it up to read it to you, what the meaning of the word is, okay? Okay, let me just pull it up for you. And we have just reduced this to mean nothing, like, oh, it's okay, it's just the movie, it's nothing, it's it's just a show, like, it's nothing bad, it's just a movie. You can't that you are no earthly good. I'm one of those. I don't believe in being so uptight and so uprighteous that the righteousness which you are carrying becomes your own, that you have shaped righteousness into the man or the person that you are, instead of going off of God's righteousness. We're flawed individuals. I understand that, but I don't celebrate it. But and so, okay, not bad. It's not bad to say wicked, person to be wicked. So the definition of wicked. So wicked is evil or morally wrong. And they give an example of a wicked or unscrupulous or capable of harming someone or something. That is the definition of wicked. So however you justify it to yourself, it's totally a satanic apologist movie, where we are taking it, so you think it's good, right? Like, for example, this is sitting on my desk. If I hold it this way, you can see it's a candle, a tobacco and bergamot candle, right? Now, just because I have turned it from its turned the label away from you so that you cannot see it, that it's not presented to you, that you don't know what it is. If I tell you, this smells like lemons, this is a lemon scented candle, It's a citrusy candle and it smells so good. Mm, you should smell this candle. Look at it. It's yellow even. Look at that. That's yellow. Without telling you this, right? You have no choice but to go off of what I'm saying. So I'm saying to you as parents, even if you're going to take your children to see these things, or you let your children watch some of these shows that I've told you about, like the game where the little girl or the little boy has to take a cauldron and create a potion. If you're going to allow your children to learn sorcery or to become interested in witchcraft, you must tell them the truth that this is wicked. God does not honor this thing or this act. It's on television and we make light of it. Like I think one of the Christmas movies that downloaded on one of my channels was The Good Witch or The Christmas Witch. Newsflash. There is no such thing as a good witch. That's like saying good evil. I read you the definition of wicked. If you're going to take your children to see these movies or get involved in these things, in these programmings, I'm saying be responsible to yourself and to your child. I'm just here breaking down spiritual commentary, letting you know that the truth is right in front of your eyes and you can't blame anyone. The devil, all he presents the truth to you, but he skewed, doesn't present what really is. So I say to you, read the label. You're a parent, read the label. Let's see. This game is going to teach my daughter how to make potions in a cauldron. This game right here is teaching my son how to paint his nails and do his eyelashes. Read the label. That's all I'm saying. I'm Abike, and this is your spent time with me doing spiritual commentary. I see my brother, Deacon Matt. God bless. I thank you all. Hi, Shirley. I thank you. I thank you. And yeah, you can take your daughter. You can take your daughter to see it too. But remember, be responsible in what your children are watching and viewing, because then you can't blame them when they're standing at the at your door and they're like, I want to set mommy on fire. I'm gonna make a potion to kill mommy. When you make them mad. Thanks for spending time with me today. God bless. I'll see you all on the other side.